Hi, welcome to another episode of the Naina Redu Experience. Today I am here to answer questions about Etsy. ETSY. A lot of you who follow me make art, you do crafts, handicrafts, and a lot of you have been asking me about Etsy, whether you should be selling on Etsy, should you be selling your art on Etsy, should you be selling your products on Etsy, is it any good? And I am here to answer those questions today. My first thing would be to think about the algorithm. So many of us are constantly complaining about the Instagram algorithm, for example, and how organic reach is almost dead. That thing is happening on Etsy as well. And imagine you are on Instagram, you're there for free in terms of monetary investment. But on Etsy, you pay for each item that you list. It's $0.20 right now, which is 20 cents. And for every listing that you make, whether you sell it or not, that is the amount that you pay. And that listing, I think, is valid for 40 days. Now, I don't want to get into too many technical details, but in general, my advice is that you should not be selling on Etsy. You should be investing time into creating your own platform and your own shop and your own networks and your own newsletter, a mailing list of people who are actually interested in knowing more about your products and then buying from you, building relationships, etc. Yes, a lot of people use Etsy to sell a number of products. Most of them would fall under the category of crafts and handicrafts. For art, for actual original pieces of art and paintings, I absolutely do not suggest Etsy. Absolute no. If it's crafts and handicrafts and you want to give it a shot and you think it is too painful to set up your own shop, you can start with it. But what's going to happen is that if you come up with a brand name, or even if you're using just your own name to sell on Etsy and you don't have any other online footprint, you don't have your website, you don't have a blog, if you start on Etsy and maybe a year down the line or 6 months down the line, you decide to shut your Etsy shop and you say, like, I cannot afford this anymore, I can't pay this anymore, I'm not getting sales on Etsy anymore, and you close your shop and you go away and then you start your own platform. If someone searches for your shop and for your name and they've seen it previously on Etsy and they do like either a Google search or a Bing search and they search for you on the internet, they will be taken to the Etsy shop. So you basically are screwing over your SEO as well. So the first thing was that you don't control the algorithm. Etsy wants you to pay more to show your shop as a promoted shop, to show your items as promoted items. This is similar to what Instagram already does, where Instagram wants you to buy ads. It is a lot cheaper to do Instagram ads, in my opinion, from whatever I have experienced. And it's a lot more expensive to actually list an item on Etsy. And on both cases, you do not control the algorithm. Tomorrow, Etsy might decide to promote a certain type of item that gets them the most amount of commission, for example. So you pay 20 cents for listing a product. You also pay 5% of the cost of the item to Etsy. So invariably, what ends up happening is that the product also then becomes more expensive for your customer. How do you then, for example, if you're also running your own shop, like I have my brooches shop on chaosphilos.com, right? So I have an online shop there. I am currently using InstaMojo as my payment gateway. When I started using InstaMojo, they used to take 2% of every sale. There have recently been changes and they have increased the rate to 3%, which also I don't mind. It's a payment gateway. Customers can pay via credit card, debit card, net banking, UPI, whatever they want. There is no confusion there. The process is very easy. They're also integrated with a shipping service provider, which is VamaShip. So I get an account there and I get preferential rates there as well. So paying that to InstaMojo, I'm already paying 3% there for every sale that I make, okay? On Etsy, I pay for the listing and I pay 5%, which is crazy. And Etsy doesn't take care of your shipping. Like, I think you're supposed to pay more for that if you want that integrated in your supply chain and your sales flow. So I would highly recommend that you should create your own platform and your own brand and your own shop and sell on that and build your relationships there and keep it there, because you cannot control the algorithm. Whatever reason, Etsy is a business. They're there to make money and be profitable for their own stakeholders and shareholders. You are their product. That's the way it works. You have to be cognizant of that. It can seem like, oh, so many people are selling on Etsy. It's amazing. I've heard of all these success stories. Please remember that there is a bias here. You will only hear of the success stories. Very few people talk about failures. Very few people who have created accounts on Etsy and sold some products but have failed to actually turn it into a profitable business will create videos and create blog posts and tell you like, here's how I fucked up. Very few people will do that. You will hear mostly people who have succeeded. So there is a bias there, which is why I suggest that whatever you hear, you take it with a pinch of salt. You can try it a little bit. You can spend some money and see how it works. The problem is that you won't be able to find out within a month, 2 months or 3 months. It is a long-term investment on any platform, whether you're starting on your own platform, whether you're starting on Etsy, whether you're starting on Instagram. It is always better to create your own platform, own all your content, own everything from start to finish. Whether you're getting newsletter subscriptions, whether you're getting a buyer and their address details and you want to send them a thank you card after they've received the product. Create connections there, invest in that in the long run. If you create your own property, you have control over it in the long run. Etsy would probably be a short-term investment and a short-term solution to your problems, which may not even work. So that is my primary advice. I mean, there are a lot of other things. You need to create a graphic specifically for the Etsy platform. They need it in a certain dimension. There are certain things you can't do. You can have 5 images. Maybe you can't post a video showing how the product works. What if you decide to do ads? Where will you bring people then if you don't have your own shop? Are you going to create ads and bring people to your Etsy shop? In which case you're bringing traffic to Etsy. You are spending money already on Etsy, then you're spending money on ads as well. So might as well have your own platform, spend money on ads, bring traffic to your own platform, your own domain, and build that brand over a period of time. Create that reputation in the market. Be known as somebody who is a business person, who is running their own business, an entrepreneur. People want to connect with you, etc. That's a different kind of connection, which I think works better in the long run. So that is basically what my advice is in terms of whether you're looking at brand building, whether you're looking at, decision-making control. Are you trying to make decisions based on what Etsy is giving you? And then you decide, okay, so if Etsy says this, so I have to do this. Or are you making decisions in the best interest of your brand? Where you're like, this is my brand and this is what I'm going to do. It should flow from what your brand is and what is in the best interest of the brand. And then you decide a platform. Instead of saying, oh, Etsy says X, so my brand will have to do X. That is not a good place to be in. So that's I had got these questions on my last AMA on Monday, and I wanted to spend some time doing some research. I have very little experience with Etsy because I had signed up for a free account on Etsy many years ago when I wanted to order something from a seller on Etsy. Eventually I didn't really continue to order a lot. I ordered maybe once or twice only, and eventually I think when Etsy came to India, they got in touch with me and they said that we'll give you some free listings and why don't you try out our platform and sell your paintings on Etsy. And I was like, my paintings cost like 3 lakhs. The biggest one is 3 lakhs plus. My paintings are 68,000 onwards to 3 lakhs. I don't think Etsy is a platform for me to be doing that because my brand is art. My brand is luxury. It's not a commodity that I want to sell on Etsy and devalue my brand or dilute my brand. These are the considerations you can have when you have control of over your own brand and over your own channels to whatever extent it's possible when you're relying on a third party. So for me, I did create it because I was interested in trying it out for my brooches, but it was so complicated because I already have an online store. If you have your online store existing right now, you don't even need to think about a platform like Etsy because you can manage. It's so easy these days to set up a payment gateway. It's so easy these days to figure out shipping, for example. If you would ask me 5 years, 6 years ago, then I would have said, do Etsy because there is no other option. There are so many options right now and they're so cheap. I don't have to think about it. It's just there. You just have to set it up once and then you're sorted. You need to spend some time learning a little bit on how this works, how XY works, and everybody has great support. I use InstaMojo. They have fantastic support like on Twitter and even on email. If I have a problem, they just immediately get back to me. Fantastic support. If the shipping people that I use, VamaShip, excellent support. Why do I need a third party in the middle to confuse things for me? I put items on my store. I can put videos on it. I can write how much ever I want. I can write whatever, images I can put. I can model for it. I can put 15, 20 images and say, okay, this is what the brooch looks like from the front. This is from the back. I can create a blog post. From the blog post, you can click on a link to buy, go on my store. I can get people on my product page via Instagram. I can do ads. It's in my control. I decide how the flow happens. You know, when somebody buys from you on Etsy, there is an additional step in the middle where it complicates the relationship. You are interacting with the buyer, but it's not a direct interaction. It is via Etsy. I don't know what their details are. Like, do they share email IDs with you? Do they share the customer's address with you? Do you have to ship it? Do they have to ship it? When I decided to create the account on Etsy, I did it, but I already had a shop and I realized I'll have to manage 2 shops. Why would I do that? Already there's so many things I want to be doing which I don't have the time for. But the moment I added the Etsy shop to my existing shop, it was like, what if somebody bought the item from my shop and then I'll have to go to Etsy and remove that listing? Now that is also complicated. If you remove the listing, that's your 20 cents gone. You're not supposed to remove the listing. You're supposed to replace the listing. So it's like learning a different platform altogether. If you're going to spend so much time learning on how a platform like Etsy works, I would suggest you spend that time learning on how to run your own shop and create those integrations and be set for a longer term. That makes far more sense if you are a solo entrepreneur or you're an artist. If you're an artist and you're selling original art, planning to sell original art on Etsy, I do not recommend it at all. Okay, let me see if I missed anything. I basically wrote down like 4 major points which I wanted to talk about. So I've talked about the algorithm, and also it depends on what you're selling, decision making, ownership, what if Etsy shuts down, oops, and of course short term versus long term. So yeah, all in all, I do not suggest that you start selling your stuff on Etsy. If you have any more questions, you can always email them to me. You can leave them in comments. If you don't feel comfortable with that, you can sign up for my newsletter. And you can also participate in my AMA on Mondays, which I do on my Instagram profile. It's instagram.com/Naina, Naina. And if you sign up to the newsletter, you'll get to know about the free webinars that I do. I did one yesterday, which is why I'm like so high energy. It was on online brand building. I spent an hour with about 10 people who asked me questions. We interacted and I showed them a very, very brief presentation about what I mean by brand building, etc. My newsletter, all the links are there everywhere. If you look at the description, if you're listening to this on a podcast and there is a podcast description episode, in that there is a link to where to sign up to my newsletter. It's naina.co/newsletter. Everything is there on my main homepage, naina.co. You go there, you'll see the newsletter, you'll see my workshops page, you'll see my art page, and you can spend as much time as you want exploring. So yeah, thank you for listening, and thank you for watching if you're on YouTube, and I will be putting this on IGTV as well. You can leave comments there as well. Everywhere. So, okay, bye.